Here we have an iPad 4 that came in for digitizer FEC connector replacement. I removed the board off the iPad and we're gonna remove both digitizer connectors. This one came off easy. And solder here looks different than solder here. This is unleaded, this is leaded. And we have a missing pad. It looks like we have two missing pads here. So prior repair attempt on this tablet. Customers almost always never mention prior repair attempt, or if customer has a refurbished product, they do not even know that there was a prior repair attempt done on the tablet. This is an older tablet and customer probably wants it fixed because of data inside. He did not mention anything about data recovery, but probably that's the reason he wants it fixed. Now I see other issues with the tablet and not just the digitizer connectors. If you look over here, we have a ripped speaker connector. It's still connected onto the Flux cable. So we're gonna have to solder that connector back on. And that's the only thing I see wrong with the tablet right now. I'm gonna remove the Barlow lens and zoom in so we can try to fix those traces. This pad is ground and this pad is not ground. So by soldering a wire from here to here, we want to make sure that this wire is not going to touch this. Very nice. Now, of course, we have to clean up and add solder mask.
So kernel what?
Task. And we're gonna apply UV light. Okay, so the wires are solid. And now we can proceed with soldering both connectors. We're gonna start with this one here, the one on the right, and we'll do the one on the left. Okay, very nice. Now we just want to secure the connector down in place by soldering at least 2 pins. So we have to be careful when soldering the first 2 pins so the connector doesn't move, and once it's solid down in place, we can quickly go over all the pins and solder them. We can start from the front here. Now, unlike the iPad mini digitizer connector where we pre-apply solder onto the pads and then we reflow the connector down in place, those connectors are very, very soft. So as soon as we apply heat, this connector is going to deform and melt. They cannot withstand a lot of heat. Okay, so I pre-applied solder onto the tip. Let me clean up and apply a fresh layer of flux and continue the job. Some adhesive on the board, just getting rid of that. And apply a fresh layer of flux and run through this one more time. Okay, so one side is done, and let's do this side. Same procedure, straightforward, just apply flux and run through the pins. Okay, so this connector is done.
USB flash drive, 10 pins, 40 gigabytes.
Okay, very nice job. I mean, soldering this connector can be done in several ways. We can reflow the connector down in place. We have to be careful not to deform the connector. Like I said, this connector is softer than the iPad mini digitizer connector, so it takes less heat to burn out. The other way would be to apply heat from bottom of the board and reflow it down in place. Third option is to use solder paste, which can get very messy. And the fourth way is the way I'm doing it now. Okay, and this is the wire right here. Just want to get enough solder onto that wire so we can make sure that it's making a good connection. Up, and I want to test to make sure that this jumper wire is making a good connection with the pin. Let's test from this point here to this point, and yes, very good. All we have to do is solder the back, and we should have a working digitizer. And look at that, very nice. The wire is making a good connection, very good. So all the joints are soldered on nicely, and all is left to do is to test. Very nice, look at the joints, beautiful. Okay, so let's power it on. We have the battery symbol here, so we have to wait until the battery is charged. Hopefully touch works. I would hate to do the job again. Let's wait and see. I'm gonna pause the video for a couple of minutes and I'll be back. Tablet charged up. iPad is disabled. Try again in 1 year, 2 months, 5 days, 19 hours, and 36 minutes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Apple? That's how Apple treats their customers. Because the code was punched in too many times wrong on the tablet has locked itself out for 1 year and 2 months. That's ridiculous. And there's no way to bypass this lock. I do not know if Apple can even do it. Now, because the screen was damaged or the digitizer connector was damaged, the tablet was touching codes by itself, and it touched the code too many times, and now the tablet is disabled for this amount of time. And there's no option to actually reset the lock or to get rid of the lock, like put in your email address to verify that it's you so we can unlock it for you. There's no such thing. Customer has to wait for 1 year and 2 months before he can access his files. One way to fix this is to restore the tablet, but I'm sure the customer does not want to restore the tablet, especially if he has important files. He's spending a lot of money on this not to fix an old tablet. I'm sure it's because of the information inside. We're still gonna charge the customer regardless because we did the job and we spent the time, and it's up to the customer to either wait or communicate with Apple to see what options he has. But my job is done. I'll let the customer know and we'll take it from there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.